Hey there, coaches. How are you this Tuesday morning? I'm glad to be back. And I know I'm a few minutes late, but I just got off a call. So that happens. Life happens, right? But I wanted to talk to you today, getting kind of back on track on different ways that you can put yourself out there as a coach that is a little bit easier for some, maybe doesn't feel as salesy for some. And not having to come up with this huge program right away, right? So the last couple of weeks, we've talked about um, the coaching in the grocery store trip, right? That you could get for somebody. And you could do that. It was a grocery store trip and a meal plan together that you could do as a coaching practice, right? Or coaching program. And it's very minimal work that is involved in that. If you have not seen that video, just search the group for it. It was done on 7/12. So you can watch that video. It has lots of great information on there about how you can actually create a little package of taking somebody to the grocery store, showing them how to shop, because guys, they don't know how to shop, and then giving them a meal plan, right? A suggested meal plan. So that was one thing I talked about on 7/12, and that program I used to charge $500 for. It was a 2-hour event, and I would have that ready for them and take them shopping and give them the suggested meal plan. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And it's what people really like. Hey, Lisa. So yes, look at that video. It is in here. It's on 7/12, and I think I named it grocery store trip or something like that. Then on 7/19, I talked to you about how you could just do the grocery store tour. That video is in here, and that was just the grocery store tour, and I gave you some ideas on, and I think I even put a couple of handouts in there that you could actually bring with you on that grocery store tour so that you could give to your clients. Grocery store tour alone, $250. It's 2 hours, right? And I say 2 hours because by the time you get there and they come to your area, usually, right? I always had people come to a local store closer to me versus me traveling to them. If you have to travel to them, I would add in some money, especially today, for all that gas that it's going to cost you. So the grocery store tour alone, great information, $250, so very valuable for people. And I gave you some extra tips that I used to do when I took my clients to that. If I was doing a 6-month program, I made these part of my program. It was one of my full sessions. That's a good one for you, Lisa, with our program that we're doing. So you could make that as one of a full session. And it is very valuable. Then on 7/26, we talked about the circle of life. I showed you my diagrams and explained how my client really saw the return on his investment for my 6-month program, right? That's in this group. Just search the videos for it. And that was done on 7/26. You did 3 of them, the beginning, middle, and end. And this way people can actually see, because sometimes they can't physically see, right? Because again, when you're getting healthy, it takes a longer time and they don't understand that. But when you can show them the circle of life and how they've progressed in a period of time, very valuable, very motivating, and then it keeps them going and actually jumpstarts their motivation even to the next level. So check out that video. Today, I just want to talk about suggested meal plans. So my meal plans always went by what I did for myself. And I suggest that you do that for you as well, because that's what you're familiar with. That's what you're living. That's what works for you, right? And the people that come to you for this are going to be on that. And if you are, say you're keto or you're intermittent or you're vegetarian and maybe that's not what people want, doesn't mean you can't have an overall suggested meal plan from the way that you eat. And then if somebody, say you're vegetarian and somebody wants meat, they can add in the meat, or you can show them where to add that in. Okay, even if you don't eat it, you can still prepare a meal plan and just say add in your source of protein and maybe suggest to them what would be better sources of protein, right? Organic meats, grass-fed meats, and things like that. So it's very easy to adapt. And if you create one suggested meal plan, you're going to be able to use it over and over and over again and tweak it. So my meal plan always kind of consisted of, I would give them about 10 different breakfasts to eat. I would give them about 20 different snacks that they could have throughout the day. And I would give them, lunch and dinner, you can really interchange, what they are. So I'd give them like 5 lunches and 5 dinners, and I would tell them you can interchange them unless they were someone who was eating dinner really late because of their work schedule. Then I might say no, keep these lower carb ones down here for dinner. But basically, if you create a document that has those things on it, then you have your suggested meal plan. So mine might be that, like I said, I give them 10 or 20 snack ideas, right? It might be celery with peanut butter. It might be an apple with nut butter. It might be almonds and, whatever. So just make it simple, one-liners. Here's what you get to have for your snack. Choose which one you want. And for me, my meal plan was eating every 3.5 to 4 hours. Right? So it was breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and maybe a snack if I really needed it. So, and my meals were smaller portion size, so they weren't big, huge meals. And if you can do that, you can use this over and over and over again and just tweak it, but it'll be ready. You just make a copy of it, edit it. Here's your meal plan, suggested meal plan. And most people absolutely love it. And especially if there's some flexibility in there where they can interchange. I might eat breakfast for lunch one day, and I would tell them, yes, you can do that. You can eat your breakfast for lunch, or you can eat your breakfast for dinner. But these are the kind of, I would put like a chicken breast with a half of, large sweet potato, right? And some salad. That would be one meal. If it was lunch, it would be a big salad. But I would say, put in this stuff, use olive oil, or, actually I used to say just olive oil because I didn't really do any dressings back then. And I would try to get them on that olive oil and get rid of the processed store-bought dressings, because that's what you teach them in the grocery store tour. Look at these ingredients, guys. Look at these. You don't want that. Yes, it's going to take some time, but in due time, you're going to get used to that olive oil, and it's going to be powerful. And I always had the testimony of my boyfriend, because I will tell you, when we first met and we'd go out to dinner, I would add, order my salad with, hey Jess, how are you? Glad to see you on. I would order my big salad with grilled chicken, and I would say, okay, I'll have the pecans, the dressing, and the cheese on the side. And he would just be like, oh my God, right? But I didn't care because he's not eating it. I am, right? And that's the attitude we got to have. You can order what you want. This is how I want my stuff. And over a course of time, I would order, and then he'd say, I'll have what she's having. And we got rid of, because he used to just pile on the sweet onion dressing or whatever it was, which had tons of calories in it, and the sugared pecans. And I'm like, no, I might want 1 sugared pecan or 2 or whatever, but I don't want all those in there, and I don't want all that cheese in mine either. So that's how I used to get my salads, and then he would just come along and say, oh, I'll have what she has. And you'd be surprised at how that can have that ripple effect. So giving that's how I would also talk to people and say, have things on the side. If you go out to eat, have it on the side. Have it on the side. Doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It's not about them. It's about you and what you want to do. So just, give them, create a meal plan, a suggested meal plan with 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 dinners, and about 20 snacks. And all the snacks can be on the bottom. And then I would, kind of make things like, little notes on the bottom. Make sure you're drinking, half your body weight in water. Make sure you're taking some supplements. And I would give them some suggested supplements that I took. I would, just make some different notes on the bottom of how they could enhance that, not just get a, water, right? Get a 32-ounce water bottle so that you can easily track how much you're taking. You get these small, like I have this on my desk, but if somebody's drinking this, they're not going to remember how much water they're drinking. They're not, unless they're putting rubber bands around it or marking it or something like that. You lose track. Get a 32-ounce water bottle, put your water in there, fill it up 2 to 3 times a day, drink half your body weight in water in ounces, and give those little suggestions on the bottom, key points that you do, and you'll have a great ready-made suggested meal plan. And you can tell them if they're vegetarian, take out the meat and add in a different protein. If you're, got it as a vegetarian, add in a source of protein. If you're keto, you're gonna, and people want that, you can basically make 2 meal plans if you want. One that's very keto and one that's just regular, right? And you have both of them ready. If you're intermittent, this works for that too. You're just gonna tell them, don't start eating to this time, and and don't break your fast until that time, and then stop eating at a certain time. So once you've got it set, then you can actually have it ready to go, and you can literally charge $150 for a meal plan, just a meal plan. $200 or $250 if you're going to have a, say, an hour session call with them and talk about that, right? You're going to explain the meal plan to them. You're going to see where they're at in their journey, write it all down, and then go through that meal plan step by step and give them some other, you might even give them a couple of fitness tips, right? And then you can also suggest, hey, if you want a fitness session, it's an extra $50 added on to this 200. And I'll go over the, the exercise with you. When I was coaching my 6-month clients, again, I did a grocery store tour as one session, but I also, because I was a gym rat and a fitness enthusiast and still am, but I would also make one of their sessions a gym session. They would come to my gym, they would pay their $3 or whatever just to come in for that day or whatever, and I would take them through a whole routine. Because again, if that's something you can do, most people, they go in the gym and we get New Year's resolutions, they all come in the gym, and then by February they're all gone. It's because they don't know how to do things in the gym, and they'll just do the basic stuff, right? So go in there, show them how to use the machines for weightlifting, show them how to use, I used to always show my people how to do the HIIT training on a cardio machine. They loved it because that was a way for them to drop pounds quickly. And it was a 20-minute, people who don't like cardio, me being one of them, a 20-minute HIIT. In the HIIT, it's HIIT. It stands for high intensity interval training, meaning you're just going to, do fast pace on there and then slow down, fast pace, slow down, fast pace, slow down. So your heart rate goes up and the heart rate slows down, and then you're going up and you're starting to burn more calories and stuff like that. And you're just strengthening your, your whole core and your immune system and all of that stuff. So those things together, guys, are powerful. So suggested meal plan by itself, $150, right? If they want a coaching session with it, could be $200 or $250, and then and then if they wanted a fitness training session with it, you could just round it off with another $50 and make it $250 or $300, and that would be like a 3-hour session, right? Or a 2.5 hour session. I wouldn't make it any longer than that, but you can't really go lower than 2.5 hours, because you really need to make sure they understand and that they have success with this, so that they turn around and refer you to other people. Because when they have success, and I've had lots of clients have success with that grocery store tour and the meal plan, that I got clients from them. And those people are still living that success today. And this is like, I'm talking, I don't know, 8 years ago, because I've been in California for 6.5, and this was in Connecticut before that. So yeah, like 8 years ago, and they're still having success with this stuff, guys. It's life changing. So charge what you're worth. This is valuable information that you can use to help people out, and it is well worth them spending that $250 to $300 to get healthy and get a roadmap of, oh my God, this is how I eat. And once they start, they're going to see the difference. Okay. Um, and it could be that you even do a suggested elimination diet kind of thing for them if it's real severe, like if they've got really, they don't want to do health coaching, and you can see that they need to lose weight, or they're just inflamed and all of that stuff. Your meal plan might be an elimination diet, and then a little bit of a transition where they come back to eating some good food. So there's lots of ways you can do this. And I can't stress to you enough that this is valuable information that can be life-changing for so many people. So put it together. Let people know when you're talking to them in just general that you follow a kind of regimented lifestyle of eating plans yourself, and you have a suggested eating plan that you offer to clients as well. And just leave it at that. You're not selling. They'll start talking to you, asking questions, and then you can come up with this stuff and say, hey, if you'd like to learn more, I can show you how I can help you out with a suggested meal plan. So I hope this is helpful. Comment below if it was. Let me know what else you want to talk about and what you need to know so that you can get your coaching business started, and at least, even on a small scale, right? Or just start feeling comfortable about talking to other people about some of the things that you're doing. And that's all it is. It's just sharing information. You don't have to sell it, guys. If you just talk about it, talk about what you do, people are naturally going to get inquisitive, and talk about it all the time, because when you live it, yeah, I'm going to talk about it, because people used to always come up to me at baseball games and soccer games and this game and that game with my kids, and oh, what are you doing? And you're in great shape, or what are you changing, or what do you have to drink? And it's a smoothie or juice or whatever. And that's how conversations go, and just start talking about healthy things that you do. Doesn't have to be salesy. It'll turn into a sale on its own just by being inquisitive. Okay, so hope this was helpful. Have a good Tuesday. Happy to be back. I had a great week last week, and only my phone and my computer and nothing else worked, but hey, so be it. I had a great time, and glad to be back helping you guys out. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you want to set up a clarity call, just comment below or reach out to me privately, and we can get on a clarity call, and I can help you out that way. Alrighty, talk to you soon. Happy Tuesday.